Shalom up.
Shalom. Yabashim Shabbat.
Yabashima Shabbat.
Ready, bro?
Right. Y'all ready, y'all?
Okay. So first and foremost, you want to start off by giving a little praises to Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Hashem,
Ba'ashem,
Shai,
Yahweh Shai,
Hashem,
Ba'ashem, Rakah,
Da.
Kadash.
Double honors to Apostles Nels Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to Osese Akim during afflictions, making a calling and election sure. Your brother Kabar.
It's the brother Yatazakat.
And back with another one. Lord willing, this is edifying to the elect. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, Bashim Kakadash Brakatam. To all sincere listeners who may hear this. You want to kick it off, bro?
Yeah, Khan. You can break it down. This Proverbs chapter 11. Oh, let me start at 19. It's Proverbs chapter 11, verse 19. As righteousness tendeth to life, so he that pursueth evil pursueth it to his own death.
That's cold. That's cold, man. We understand what evil is, man. You know, anything that's contrary to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, you know, that would be deemed as particular things that's evil, man. You know, and you pursue evil, you pursue your own death. You know, your own demise, your own downfall, man. You know, but it says the righteous tend to life. You know, and we know what life. That's, amen. That's pursuant to. Ultimately, we know salvation. That's everlasting life. But ultimately, you could liken that to having that wisdom and knowledge and understanding, man. You know that's life. That's life.
Yep. Verse 20. It says, "They that are of a froward heart are abomination to the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, but such as are upright in their way are his delight."
Come. And we know Most High hates all abominations, man. And that word froward, let me see if I can get that word, unless you got it.
I don't got my phone with me, but if I'm not mistaken, it's like highly wicked, you know. Pretty much like highly wicked, but you can get it.
Let me just see what it says in my etymology. It says turn against, perverse, disobedient, peevish, petulant, or it says adverse, or it says difficult, away from. So it says the opposite of toward. When you go towards something, it's the opposite of that.
Yeah, kind. Because perverse is crooked.
It says, it says it renders Latin pervertus in early translations of the Psalms. It says, and also meant about to depart, departing, and doomed to die. Beautiful, man. You know? And then that's what, hey, man, if you're in a particular monster, if you got that forward heart, it says it's an abomination to the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. You know? But such as upright in their way. You know, that's the delight. It reminds me of that verse in Habakkuk. Was it the first chapter? I believe it's the second chapter. I could get it.
Which one? How I go?
How the just man is upright.
Oh yeah, it's Habakkuk 2 and 4 or 2 and 5.
Yeah, Habakkuk 2 and 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. You know, so we just see, you know, how this thing works, man. You know, and we know ultimately that's Esau, man. He's a perfect example of someone whose soul is not upright. But Lakia.
No, not the bar. It's back in Proverbs 11 and 20. It says, "They that are of a froward heart are abomination to the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, but such as are upright in their way are his delight." It says, though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered.
Seed of the righteous, man. Ultimately, that's talking about Israel. You know, the seed of Jacob, from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, man. You know, the seed of the righteous shall be delivered. And we know that's the remnant, you know, because There's a particular seed of the righteous that's not going to be delivered. If you want to just liken the righteous to Israel, but we talking about the remnant. We talking about the elect. You know what I'm saying? That's the righteous seed, man. Where particular scriptures talking about the seed. All right, where it talks about the line of David. Through his seed is going to be his kingdom. That's that righteous, the seed of the righteous.
All right, brother. Yep. Jumping down to I'm gonna jump down to 23. It says this Proverbs 11 and 23. This the point right here. The desire of the righteous is only good, but the expectation of the wicked is wrath.
Come on, bro, you got it.
Yeah, so it say the desire of the righteous is only good. All right. Matter of fact, you'll get that word desire, Baba Kasha.
Khan in the blue letter.
Yeah, Khan, Baba Kasha.
Khan.
Because it say the desire of the righteous is only good. So what a righteous man desires is only good. That's the only thing he's looking forward to, or that's what the righteous are looking forward to. Good, because they've been doing right things. If you're doing right things, you're gonna get a right reward. Let me read it one more time. This Proverbs 11 to 23. The desire of the righteous is only good, but the expectation of the wicked is wrath.
Khan. What was that word you wanted?
Desire, Baba Kasha.
Khan, so like that's in Strong's H8378. Tava'ah, it says desire, it says wish, longings of one's heart, lust, appetite, covetousness. That's in a bad sense.
It said the longest, Salaki, it said the longest of one's heart. So the things that you're longing for in your mind, the things that you're longing for in your mind are only good things. Yep. When you're righteous, that's your longings, the things that you're hoping for, the things that you're longing for are only good when you do righteousness.
That's right, bro.
The things that your wants, because you're going to the word covetousness, it's like a want. So the things that you want, the things that you are wanting for, they're only good when you're doing righteousness. It was some on that Salah.
You good? On the definition?
Yeah, it was some on the definition.
No, that was really it.
Okay, Khan. I'm gonna read this precept one more time. This Proverbs 11 and 23. It says the desire of the righteous is only good, but the expectation of the wicked is wrath. It say, but the expectation of the wicked is wrath. So if you've been doing wickedness, if you're a wicked person, then the only thing you got to hope for is wrath, man. That's what you're gonna hope for. That's what you're gonna be longing for. That's what you're gonna. What you say, Op? You good, brother?
No, I was just breaking up.
Yeah, Salak. But I was saying, but the expectation of the wicked is wrath. So if you've been doing wickedness, well, that you got wrath to come for that, man. If you're a wicked ass person, you expect judgment to come. Now if you ain't been doing wickedness, you or doing wicked things, you don't expect judgment to come for you. You expect good. All right. The wicked, they expect they expect consequences for their wickedness, and the righteous, they expect a desire of a reward of good for their righteousness, And Shalom out. How about Shema Shabrakata?
Shalom.
Shalom. Yep. So you got some, Kabar?
Well, I got some, but I'll probably hold it till later. You got some?
Yeah, I got this. This Sirach chapter 7 and verse 1. It says, do no evil. So Yeah, I don't know what the feed was going in and out.
Yeah, I
Like
had to go Wi-Fi, so I don't. Yeah, it's a lot.
oh, you good, bro? You good? I'm gonna read this one more time though. This is Sirach chapter 7 and verse 1. It says, "Do no evil." It says, "Do no evil, so shall no harm come unto thee." You know, so if you're not doing evil, ain't no harm gonna come to you. What you worried for? You know, what are you worried about? If you've been doing what the Lord asked you to do, you don't have nothing to worry about. Now, if you ain't doing what the Lord told you to be doing or asked you to be doing, now you got some worries. Now you need to be worried. If you're not doing no evil, ain't no harm gonna come to you. And I had thought about this when I was talking to my manager earlier today at work, because she was just like, uh, 727 people have died in Georgia since have got cases of coronavirus since Saturday, and 25 people have been confirmed dead. She's like, now if you want to take off work, I understand, because you have to think about your family. And I'm like, well, I pray to the Lord and I got faith, so you know I I, I I'm straight, and then she like, well, yeah, of course you got to pray, you stay prayed up, but God wants you to use wisdom too. But hold on though, if your ass haven't been doing nothing that you ain't got no business doing, why the hell, what are you worried about? What are you worried about? you know if you know you've been doing something you ain't got no business doing, then you're gonna be worried. And that's why she's worried, because she knows in her mind she's not right with God. The expectation of the wicked is wrath, you know. But if you haven't been doing evil, ain't no harm gonna come to you, man. You know, ain't no harm gonna come to you unless it's for righteousness' sake, of course. You know, but we welcome that. We welcome that. You know, it says verse 2. It says, "Depart from the unjust, and iniquity shall turn away from thee." So when you depart from the unjust, iniquity will turn away from you, which we have departed from the unjust, which is pretty much this world. You know, we departed from the ways of this world. We've been renewed in our minds. We've been made new men. You know, so pretty much, iniquity is going to turn away from us, which means the judgments of iniquity is going to be pardoned from us. You know, Yahweh Shemashah will pardon you once you turn away from wickedness, man. If you're doing righteous, if you're following after righteousness, you don't have nothing to worry about. You know, now if you're doing wickedness, you got something to worry about. The desire of the righteous is only good, but the expectation of the wicked is wrath. You expect wrath to come when your ass been being wicked. That's why we expect the Lord to deliver us through the times that we coming into. Why? Because we've been doing what the Lord asked us to do, and we continually doing it. You know,
Come on, bro.
that's it though. You got something else out?
Yeah, bro. You had me think of one. I had to just pull up some on the computer. I bring up what I got, but I kind of want to post it.
Okay. I can get another one.
Yeah.
You got something, Shamar?
No, I'm gonna let y'all brothers.
This Proverbs 14 and 26. It says, "In the fear of the Lord, Yahweh Shah, is strong confidence, and his children shall have a place of refuge." You know, so it says, "In the fear of the Lord, Yahweh Shah, is strong confidence, man." Which we have the fear of the Lord, Yahweh Shah. That's how we've been able to take heed and attain wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. It's through the fear of the Lord. You know, and it says, "In the fear of the Lord is strong confidence," which we're confident that the Lord is going to deliver us through these different said perils, because we have the fear of Him on us. We have His wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. We've been following after righteousness, so we have strong confidence out here. We're not going to succumb to no damn coronavirus out here. We're not going to be like, oh, I'm not going to work no more because the coronavirus out here, and I'm gonna die and maybe catch it if I go. The Lord, what? Obviously, your ass is wicked. If you know you got to go to work to pay your bills, why would the Lord give you the coronavirus and you got to go to work and pay your bills? That don't make no sense. Your ass must be wicked. You must be wicked. Well, I'm gonna think in my mind like, The Lord said He gonna deliver me from these troubles. You know, He gonna deliver me from my troubles. So why am I worried about all this? You know, I'm good. I'm good with my power. I got strong confidence because I fear Him. You know, I've been fearing Him. You know, I've been fearing Him not to enough not to pick up a blunt. You know, so I got strong confidence in my fear. You know, like, man, I fear the Lord. I already know. I've been knew what the Lord do to me before the coronavirus. You know, that's been giving me strong confidence. It's been giving me confidence enough to depart from wickedness, man, regardless of what people think. You know, it says, in the fear of the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shah, is strong confidence, and his children shall have a place of refuge, and his children shall have a place of refuge. So Yahweh Shema Shah has a refuge for those who fear him, you know, have strong confidence in him and hope in him. Yahweh Shema Shah is going to provide safety for you, you know. It says, verse 27, and the fear of the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shah, is a fountain of life to depart from the snares of death. So the fear of the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shah, is a fountain of life to depart from the snares of death, which we have, which we possess the fear of the Lord, so we can depart from the snares of death. You know, which the snare is pretty much like a trap, you know, which is plenty traps out here to have you entrapped in death. But we have the fear of the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shah, which represents a fountain of life, you know. So that's why we're not expecting or worrying about bad things happening to us. Why? Because we have the fear of the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shah on us, man. You know.
Kind of.
I got a preset. She got some.
Yeah, I got something, but you found what you got.
This is Job 4:4. Thy words have upholden him that was fallen, and thou hast strengthened the feeble knees. But now it is come upon thee, and thou faintest. It toucheth thee, and thou art troubled. Is not this thy fear, thy confidence, thy hope, and the uprightness of thy ways? Remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off? You got
Yeah. Read the last precept one more time, Salah.
says, is not this thy fear, thy confidence, thy hope, and the uprightness of thy ways? Remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off?
Right. So it's not fear, our confidence, and our hope. You know, ain't that's what we hope in that's what we hope in, our fear. You know, our fear brings forth hope. You know, our fear in Yahweh Shema Shah, within that we have hope. You know, which that word hope is one of the definitions for the word confidence. You know, so through it's synonymous with the word confidence. You know, so we have confidence and hope through our fear. You know, it says, where have the innocent perished, or where were the righteous cut off? So Yahweh Shema Shah, he never cut off nobody for being righteous. He don't do that. It tell you in Sirach, the 2nd chapter, who was called on the Lord and been confounded. You know.
And if I could say this, you know, like you was bringing up the story, the testimony of your manager, all right, and she basically, what is female? I mean, what does feminine mean? Lack of faith. So she you know, she attributed that lack of faith by using this statement saying, well, you know, I understand you gotta pray and well, you know, you gotta be wise, which is true, but at the same time, where was the righteous? We just brought out the scripture. Where were the righteous cut off? See, the Lord's gonna take care of his, man. You know what I'm saying? The people that are slated for destruction, they're gonna get that destruction, no matter what. You know?
Yeah.
Shalom, bro.
Shalom. Slack, you got it. You got to tell us that.
No, you got something, Kabar?
Okay. Yeah, let me get this. This is in Hebrews. Hey, how about Shem Shabbat? This is in the book of Hebrews. I'm gonna get chapter 10. I was gonna just get verse 36, but I'm going to have to start at like 31. This is Hebrews 10 and verse, let me just start at 31. It says, it is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. That's right. It's a fearful thing, man. That we already bringing up, man. Having that fear, man. You know, it's a lot of things that go into it, man. You having that knowledge, wisdom, understanding. You're going to know, man. You're going to know that he is, man. You know, he brings up and he brings down, man. Just roughly paraphrasing. But to get 32, it says, but to call to remembrance, let me read 31 again. It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. But call to remembrance the former days in which ye were illuminated. Ye endured a great fight of afflictions. You could jump on whenever you want. But yeah, man, that right there, you can see, you know, regeneration. It says, but to call to remembrance the former days. It says, in which ye were illuminated, ye endured a great fight of affliction. So, you know, the spirit of the prophets, you know, subject to the prophets, man. You know, we endured, well, when we those men, we endured before, you know, the great fight of afflictions. It says, verse 33, partly, whilst ye were made a gazing stock, both by reproaches and afflictions, and partly, whilst ye became companions of them that were so used. It says, for ye had compassion of me and my bonds, and took joyfully the spoiling of your goods, knowing in yourselves that ye have in heaven a better and an enduring substance. You know, and that's what we striving for, man. We striving for that better and enduring substance, man. We don't care about none of this filth out here, man. This wicked kingdom, man. You got pedophilia running rampant. We got Harvey Weinstein. You know what I'm saying? What is there to look at out here, man? But just to give the point, verse 35 says, cast away, Slaki, cast not away therefore your confidence, which hath great recompense of reward. Verse 36 says, for ye have need of patience, that after ye have done the will of Yahweh Bashim Haushai, ye might receive the promise. Got it, bro.
Bro. Yeah, that after you have done the will of Yahweh Shai, you may receive the promise, man. You know? So if you've been doing the will of Yahweh Shai, you have hope, you have patience to know possibly that the Lord is gonna give you his promise. You know? What it tell you in Luke? Well, let's get this real quick.
Come.
Read that last precept one more time, Kabar Salat.
Come. Back in Hebrews 10 and 20, 35, it says, cast not away therefore your confidence, which hath great recompense of reward. It says,
right. See, your confidence has great recompense of reward. You know, which in the fear of the Lord is strong confidence. You know, so that fear that we've been exhibiting to be able to depart from the ways of wickedness, okay, is going to bring us a great recompense, which the recompense means payback. So we're going to be paid back for our confidence and our fear in Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. You know, so we don't have to cast it away. We're supposed to keep it regardless of what tribulation is coming upon us. You know.
36 says, for ye have need of patience, that after ye have done the will of Yahweh Bashim Haushai, ye might receive the promise.
What it say? And your patience possesses your soul. You know, so your soul is possessed by your patience, man. You know, that's how your soul is gonna be gathered, you know, and defended, you know, and protected and pretty much preserved by Yahweh Shim Yahushua. It's through your faith and your confidence and your hope, man. You know, that's why you're supposed to keep it, man. Or your patience is, after a while, you continually have hope, continually have faith, you continually have confidence that eventually you're going to be rewarded for continuing within that, you know.
I gotta kind of read down, but you have something?
No, I got a quick one. This Luke chapter 12 verse 31. It says, but rather seek ye the kingdom of Yahweh, and all these things shall be added unto you. You know, so pretty much instead of trying to find a way to protect yourself or find a way to you know, make sure you're okay, you know, or you know, not trusting in Yahweh Shim Yahushua, just seek Yahweh Shim Yahushua, and he'll give it all to you, you know. It says, verse 32, fear not, little flock, for it is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom of heaven. So it's Yahweh Shem Shai's good pleasure to give you the kingdom of heaven. You know, he takes pleasure in giving you that. He wants to give you the kingdom of heaven, man. You know, that's his pleasure. He's pleased with doing that. So why are you acting so scared for? Why are you not being patient for? Why would you not have hope and confidence? Why would you not continue in Yahweh Shem Shai? You know that you've been a part of that, being doing what you have to be, do to be considered as that part of that little flock. Then you got the kingdom of heaven coming to you. So what are you worried about? It's his good. He want to give it to you. He want to give you the kingdom.
Yep.
You said you had, you had some more on that Hebrews 10.
You got something to mind?
Yeah, I had Matthew chapter 10, verse 29. It says, are not 2 sparrows sold for a farthing, and one of them shall not fall on the ground without your Father? But the very hairs of your head are all numbered. Fear ye not, therefore, ye are more valued than many sparrows. Whosoever therefore shall confess me before men, him will I also before my Father which is in heaven. But whosoever shall deny me before men, him will I also deny before my Father which is in heaven.
And ultimately, hey man, you gotta go hard for this. Ultimately, because the Lord is not dealing with no men that's like, you know what I'm saying, trying to find wiggle room. Yeah, you have to be either you down to go to war for me or you're not. You're gonna be down for me and I'm gonna hold you down for my Father, or you're gonna deny me and I'm gonna deny you. So there's no room for timidity. The Lord's never been dealing with that.
He will spew thee out.
Gone.
Yep.
O ye of little faith.
Yep.
You got some more on that?
No, that was it.
I got a precept. It says Psalm 65 and 5. It says, by terrible things and righteousness wilt thou answer us, O power of our salvation, who art the confidence of all the ends of the earth, and of them that are far off upon the sea. And so when you understand that sea meaning people, all right, the elect are going to be afar. They're going to separate themselves from the sea of people and that mindset of America. All right. Right now, we are the only ones that's rejoicing in this downturn economically, because we understand that the dollar is about to crash and people are ready for that. All right. But we've been prepared mentally, starting with our elders and apostles, going back 30 years now, 30 plus years. So I'll read down a little bit more. It says, which by his strength set fast the mountains, being girded with power, which stilleth the noise of the seas, the noise of the waves, and the tumult of the people. They also that dwell in the uttermost parts are afraid at thy tokens, right? Thou makest the outgoings of the morning and evening to rejoice. So going back up, when it says, by terrible things and righteousness wilt thou answer us, right? This would be considered a terrible time that we're living in. All right. Jeremiah 30 and 7, he said that this is going to be the worst time to ever come on earth, man. All right. And through this terribleness, we're going to be saved. All right. That's a beautiful story, man. All right. It has all the hallmarks for a great movie. Right? You know what I'm saying? You have the downtrodden, the people that had no shot. All right? The people that you thought were nothing of no regard, with no regard for their life. All right? And now they're going to be the people that's going to have that smug look on their face towards the people that thought that they were high and mighty. The wise will be confounded, man, by the lowly.
Yep. That was in there.
Yeah.
I wanted to go back in Hebrews 10. Let me just finish it off while we was. This is back in Hebrews 10, and I'm gonna just read 36 again. It says, "For ye have need of patience, that after ye have done the will of Yahweh Shem Hashai, ye might receive the promise." Verse 37 it says, "For yet a little while, and he that shall come," it's like it. It says, verse 37 says, "For yet a little while, and he that shall come will come, and will not tarry." It says, "Now the just shall live by faith. But if any man draw back, my soul shall have no pleasure in him." I could jump in whenever y'all want. 39 it says, "But we are not of them who draw back into perdition, but of them that believe to the saving of the soul." You got it, bro.
That's what we believe in. We believe in the saving of the soul. You know, the desire of the righteous is only good, but the expectation of the wicked is wrath, man. All right, you draw back into that perdition. That's because you're being revealed as the son of perdition, which perdition represents destruction, man. You know, so you're gonna be destroyed. You know, if you've been doing things that are destructive. You know, that's why I said in Proverbs the 11th chapter it says that he that pursueth evil pursueth it to the bad of his own soul. Just roughly paraphrasing. All right, you did that to your own self. You know, so you know that you have to pay for it within your spirit. Your spirit is going to automatically incline to the consequences that it's going to be faced with, you know. But if you're righteous, your spirit is automatically going to incline with expecting something good. Because what it tell you in Hebrews the 6th chapter. Let's get there real quick. You'll get it for me out. Hebrews 6 and 10.
Yeah.
Sure.
This is Hebrews chapter 6 and verse, you said 10?
Time.
Hebrews 6 and verse 10, it says, "For Yahweh Shem Hashai is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love."
Right. So Yahweh Shem Hashai, he's not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love. What it tell you in Zephaniah the third chapter, the just Lord is in the midst thereof, and he will not do iniquity. So Yahweh Shem Hashai, he's not unjust. He's not going to defraud you in your wages. So that's in the law. You don't supposed to defraud somebody out of their wages. Yahweh Shem Hashai is not going to defraud you for your well doing. That's why I tell you in Galatians the 6th chapter, be not weary in well doing. You know why? Because eventually you'll reap something from that. You know, it says you reap what you sow. If you've been reaping righteousness, you're gonna. If you've been sowing righteousness, you're gonna reap righteousness. You know.
I got a precept for you real quick. I don't know if you
Yeah, more than that.
Yeah, you got a little bit more on that. So there you got it.
Back in Hebrews 6 and 10, it says, "For Yahweh Shem Hashai is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love, which ye have shewed toward his name."
Which you have showed towards his name. That's what we do. We show praises and honor and glory to the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You know, we pray in that name. All right, we give praises and honor and glory to that name. Okay, we believe in that name. We call on that name when we're going through things. You know, and we call on that name when we're going through things and when we're rewarded with things. You know, so that's ministering and showing love and work and labor towards his name, which we have been doing. And Yahweh Shem Hashai is not unrighteous to forget that. He's not like Esau. He's not gonna just you've been putting in busting your ass on the job for 10, 15 years, and then he just fire you one day because you made one simple mistake. Yahweh Shem Hashai ain't unrighteous like that, you know.
Unless you fall into perdition.
Yep. And then you're revealed as the son of perdition.
Yep. It says, "For Yahweh Shem Hashai is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love." It says, "Which ye have shewed towards his name, and that ye have ministered to the saints and do minister."
Right. So Yahweh Shem Hashai, we've been serving the saints. You know, we've been enduring all things for the elect's sake. That's why I say give all diligence to make your calling and election sure. You know, which we've been doing those things. We've been giving diligence to make our calling and election sure. You know, we've been putting up videos repeatedly. You know, we've been going out on the highways and the byways repeatedly. All right. We've been being good brothers to each other. You know, we've been praying. You know, we've been, rebuking ourselves, examining ourselves. You know, we've been following law, statutes, commandments to the best of our abilities, man. You know, that's our ministry, man. And Yahweh Shem Hashai and works on righteous to forget to reward you for that. You know.
Verse 11, it says, And we desire that every one of you do shew the same diligence to the full assurance of hope and to the end.
You see the diligence. We've been putting in diligence. Diligence goes into hard work, being earnest, being eager, and that's how you're supposed to continue unto the end. He that endureth unto the end, the same shall be saved, man. So, and a part of your diligence, a part of your hard work is continuing to have hope and patience regardless of what you're going through. That's a part of it right there. Why? Because what it says, it's impossible to please him unless you have faith in him. Him that cometh to Yahweh Shema Shah must believe that he is, and he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. How do you diligently seek him? By continually having faith and hope in him, and he's going to reward you for that. That's a part, you're going to get rewarded for that,
God, I want to read down more, but let me just read one more, unless, what I'm saying, to let Shamar get what he got. Verse 12, it says, that ye be not slothful, but followers of them who through faith and patience inherit the promises.
God, it's a lot. I'm going to get you to read that one more time. I just want to answer this brother on the screen. Well, we in these chains of darkness, that's the flesh. The flesh is susceptible to evil and wicked thoughts. I be having them all the time, but that's a part of the battle. The spirit lusteth against the flesh, but long as it says it's not what cometh into a man that defile him, but what go out of a man that defile him, so basically when those thoughts come at you, those are demons trying to attack you, but that's a part of the battle that we endure hardness as a good soldier for Yahweh Shah Mashiach. That's a part of this battle. That's a part of keeping faith and hope that you are still a man of the Lord, regardless of what wicked thoughts come at you. You can still combat them, and you hold fast to believe that the Lord is still dealing with you, because you're overcoming those thoughts and you're battling against them, And Yahweh Shema Shabbat to all the sincere brothers on the comment board,
Yeah, that's powerful.
Salah, you'll read that last precept one more time up.
Yeah, this is back in Hebrews 6 and 12. It says that ye be not slothful, but followers of them who through faith and patience inherit the promises.
And you being slothful, that's being lazy, man. That's being lazy. Basically, you're not keeping that faith and that hope, man. You're not keeping that confidence. That's being lazy. You're being wary. You get tired. You get exhausted. You get tired of you lost patience. You lost that patience. So therefore, when you lose patience, what you don't have respect. Your patience possesses your soul. So expect your soul to be taken. Not in righteousness either. Because being righteous is continuing to have hope and confidence and faith, regardless of what the circumstances are.
Yep.
That was it.
There was a few more, but I you know what I'm saying? Because it goes into the promises, you know what I'm saying? We go into, particular things, like I had just an idea, because just scripture, you just read it. This is back in Hebrews 6 and 13. It says, for when Yahweh Shem Shai made promise to Abraham, because he could swear by no greater, he swore by himself. And that's a very big part of this whole thing, man. You know what I'm saying? We understand, being the Israelite, that promise came from Abraham. You know what I'm saying? And it's because of what? Because of his hey, man, the diligence, as verse 11 talks about, man, not being slothful, having that faith. This is Laki. 14, it says, saying, surely blessing I will bless thee, and multiplying I will multiply thee. And so, after he had patiently endured, he obtained the promise. So that's a beautiful example, man. Being like Abraham, man. And that's really the whole reason why we're here. Being the Israelite, that was because of the promise that was given to Abraham, all right, from the Most High Yahweh, man. You know what I'm saying? Because he couldn't swear by no greater. He is. So that's a powerful example, man. You know what I'm saying? Being like Abraham, man. Yeah, that was it.
Abraham, he was patient, right?
I wanted to get this in Romans the 8th chapter. Romans chapter 8, verse 24 says, For we are saved by hope. But hope that is seen is not hope. For what a man seeth, why doth he hope? Yet hope for? You know, if you could see, why are you hoping? Verse 25. But if we hope for that we see not, then do we with patience wait for it.
You see? So what you can't see, you wait to come. And that's why patience is a big part of this thing, because we hoping for the things that's unseen. And until they manifest themselves, we got to wait for it, man. So patience is a big part of this thing, because do you really trust in the Lord? Do you really believe in these words? You got to wait for it.
Beautiful. I gotta get this in Isaiah 64, but yeah, I was holding this since the beginning. This is Isaiah 64:4. It says, "For since the beginning of the world, men have not heard nor perceived by the ear, neither have the eye seen, O Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, beside thee, what he hath prepared for him that waiteth for him." You see that? You know, he sense of the theme here, man. Having that patience, waiting for the Most High, man. And it says, we can't even fathom, man. It says, men have not heard nor perceived by the ear, the eye have seen what the Most High has prepared for particular men, all right, who have that faith, man, have that fear, and ultimately have that patience to wait for him, man. You know, we can't even fathom. You know, we was bringing out yesterday at the video how, you know, we just a plain man. You don't even need much, and we'll be good. You know what I'm saying? But we can't even fathom the top of the line. You know what I'm saying? The things, many mansions, and just, we can't even fathom the type of things that we even, through the spirit, we might want, but we can't even physically even, like, really put it into the mind process of what's coming. Lord willing, we those men. It's a lot. That was it.
Salak, Shamar, I know you had a pre-sale. Salak, yeah.
Oh, you go ahead.
No, you go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
No. I had to recalibrate.
Oh, okay, kind. Well, let me get this. This 1 Corinthians chapter 15 and verse 58. It says, "Therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, for as much as ye know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai." And a part of that labor, you know, is continuing in the faith, continuing in the hope, being steadfast, you know, being unmovable, you know. So regardless of what's coming upon you, you're not being moved, you know, steadfast. You're continually staying and waiting upon the Lord, regardless of what's going on, you know. That's being steadfast and unmovable. Then abounding, which abounding means to continually be growing, you know. So you're supposed to be, you're supposed to be constantly moving within the confounds and the constructs that Yahweh Shema Shah has allotted for you to do. You know, it says you're supposed to be unmovable and steadfast. So regardless of what's happening, you're not supposed to be moved by it. You know, like because Tamam been kind of touching on a lot lately that Job, the 5th chapter, when they say the beasts of the field should be at peace with you, you know, and the stones should be at league with you, you know. So basically, you know, Yahweh Shema Shai has set it up to where the judgment, like it's saying Sirach, the 39th chapter, the same things that were created for the good are turned into evil for the wicked. You know, so Yahweh Shema Shai has good uses for things, for things that may be evil to others. You know, like a wild pack of dogs might be out here eating people up. You know, but you're not supposed to get spooked like, oh, wild dogs out here eating people. Let me run. No, the Lord, He control wild dogs, man. Them wild dogs will walk straight past you, man. You know. Yeah, you got it.
This is Proverbs 14:26. In the fear of the Lord Yahweh is strong confidence, and his children shall have a place of refuge. The fear of the Lord Yahweh is a fountain of life, to depart from the snares of death. In the multitude of people is the king's honor, but in the want of people is the destruction of the prince. he that is slow to like it. I read a little bit more too. But basically, yeah, just just jumping back, finishing the point. In the fear of the Lord Yahweh is strong confidence. That's the main thing, man. The ones who are going to gain this not only the Lord bless them with the ability to get this knowledge, and then they're going to retain it. Again, man, we always say that this game is rigged. It's rigged it's rigged on the behalf of the elect, man. So if you're actively participating with the rest of the world against the Lord's wishes, man, you're I mean, this is really truly WWE. You know what I'm saying? The match has already been fixed before the match even started, man. The elect is going to win, man. And that's why it's easy for us to have strong confidence in these words, man, because they're coming to pass. What are we worried about? You know what I'm saying? The only thing we worried about is, you know what I'm saying, not even really worried, just in astonishment, want to see how it's going to look. Because it's going to happen. We know that. We just don't know how it's going to look. But when it's actually taking place, we didn't know a year ago it was going to be some coronavirus. We just knew Esau was going to pull some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Before October 1st, 2020. That's what I was saying. I didn't know how it was going to look. I just knew that Esau was going to pull some bullshit. Now, lo and behold, what are we doing? But strong confidence in the words of the Lord, is something that we place our faith in. All right, like the brother was reading, you know what I'm saying? Faith that can be seen is not really faith, man. All right, that's just something, you know what I'm saying, you can touch and feel, you know what I'm saying. So therefore, like they say, seeing is believing, right? That's what the world believes. But we see through faith.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. Hebrews 11. It tells you what faith is, Hope the thing is not seen.
Spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was older.
So, jump the gun.
No. It's
Yeah. That's true. I want to get this little woman. I could bring it out. This is Psalms chapter 33, verse 18. It says, "Behold, the eye of the Lord is upon them that fear him." Now, this is talking about literally the Lord's eye, man, not eyes. This is literally the heavenly Father. It says, "Behold, the eye of the Lord is upon them that fear him, upon them that hope in his mercy." Verse 19, "to deliver their soul from death and to keep them alive in famine." So, Yahweh is he wants to deliver our souls from death, man, and keep us alive in famine. The Lord loves when
A contrite spirit is hoping in his mercy, man. And calling upon his name. The Lord
delights in that. And ultimately, the Lord is going to deliver us out of all of our troubles, man. If I could jump down, Psalms 34 and 6. "This poor man cried, and the Lord heard him and saved him out of all his troubles. The angel of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear him and delivereth them." So, hey, man, you got to cry unto the Lord, man. Whatever situation you're in.
You're going to have to call upon the Lord, man. Don't take it upon yourself to think that, you got to deliver. You call upon the Lord, man, he's gonna work, man. He's going to hear you, man. He's already watching. He's going to see what you're going to do, man. You got to call upon the Lord, man.
The Lord makes good on his promise. As a matter of fact, I'm going to jump down. Verse 15, Psalm 34 and 15. "The eyes of the Lord are upon the righteous, and his ears are open unto their cry." So, his ears are open
unto our cries, man. When we cry unto the Lord starts making things happen, man. And that's where you see the whole world in an uproar, man, because we've been crying to the Lord, man. Even into his ears, man. He's hearing us. And that's why he's bringing forth the kingdom of heaven even quicker.
Just a quick precept on that. This is Psalms 18 and 8. "It is better to trust in the Lord Yahweh than to put confidence in man." Verse 9. "It is better to trust in the Lord Yahweh than to put confidence in princes."
Right, because those are just men.
They're just but men. What can they do? Did they create the heavens and the earth? Have they stretched out the heavens like curtains? No. Yahweh, our power.
All right, the God of Israel created all these things, man.
Why would I put trust in a mortal man, a corruptible mortal man that's here today and gone tomorrow?
You can put your trust in the Creator, Yahweh.
Yeah, scripture say confidence in an unfaithful man in the time of trouble is like a broken tooth and a foot out of joint.
Yeah, man.
Meaning you're gonna slip. You slip, you get caught slipping, man. You break your get caught, get taken out here, man.
That's it.
Buckle your knees doing that, man. That ain't the way to walk.
Like a straight punch from Mike Tyson, man, in his heyday.
Yeah.
The knees are gonna buckle.
God. You have something, bro?
Bro, bring out whatever you got.
I was thinking Hebrews 3, 1 through like 6, but a few brothers got some. This is Hebrews 3 and 1. It says, "Wherefore, holy brethren, partakers of the heavenly calling, consider the apostle and high priest of our profession, Hamashiach Yahushua, who was faithful to him that appointed him, as also Moses was faithful in all his house. For this man was counted worthy of more glory than Moses, inasmuch as he who hath builded the house hath more honor than the house." Y'all can jump in with that one.
Who is that? Read that one more time.
Khan, somebody Yahushua. Just started back in Hebrews 3 and 1. It says, "Wherefore, holy brethren, partakers of the heavenly calling, consider the apostle and high priest of our profession,
Yep, that's
Hamashiach
right.
Yahushua."
Yeah, that's right. And you know, and to Lambert.
Oh, yes, it's script.
Oh, God. Yeah. So like the brother was saying, yeah, he's the high priest, man. He's the actual chief priest. You know, and he's going to, and it's spiritual because it says he's greater than Moses, right? And you know, I still haven't found a breakdown for that, but like, well, basically, the elders say that Moses is David from you know, I don't have the scripture to back that up, but that's what the elders would push, you know. So if that's true, right, he's greater than Moses, right? Well, wasn't Solomon greater than David, who was his son, right? Or David was Solomon's father,
Yeah.
all right? There's nothing new under the sun, man. So when Yahushua makes his next run, all right, his upcoming return, all right, he's going to finish off those 40 years that he started with King Solomon being perfect peace on the earth. That's going to usher in the kingdom of heaven. That's going to be forever, man. That's the confidence we have, man. We ain't worried about what this world's crying about, whining about. You know what I'm saying? We don't give a shit if Cardi B got a cabin fever. All right? That's not what we're here for, man. All right? People are going to perish at a high rate, man. And guess what? What are we worried about? We're worried about pleasing the Lord, man. So we can escape this shit.
Yep. Verse 2, it says, "Who was faithful to him that appointed him, as also Moses was faithful in all his house."
That's right. Moses was faithful to all his house, man. Like, Moses, you know what I'm saying, had no reservations about, you know what I'm saying, what the Lord wanted, man. Yes, he was fearful of that because he know if I don't do it, the Lord gonna smoke my ass. You know what I'm saying? So, what?
Verse 3 says, "For this man was counted worthy of more glory than Moses, inasmuch as he who hath builded the house hath more honor than the house."
Man, that shit, how was shot my right there, man. The most wisest, greatest man to ever grace the face of the earth, man. All right, to ever. And when he comes back, he's gonna come in his total strength. All right, he's gonna come in. Man, it's gonna be an awesome sight. Just a little video I saw, brother showed me the other day, man. That scared the Jesus out of me. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. And I'm just being real, man. Speaking as a man. I see that, man, and I'm like, I'm, drop to your knees and start just praying to the Lord. Just, Lord looks out for us. Because if you'd have seen that, you see that in person, you don't want that. Go ahead.
Come. Verse 4 says, For every house is builded by some man, but he that built all things is God.
That's right. The Most High built the spiritual house, which is of the of Israel, man, and really of the elect. That's the spiritual house right now that's being built brick by brick, man. Esau can't, or these other heathens can't interfere in that building. They'll try, but they can't.
Yep. It says, verse 5, it says, and Moses verily was faithful in all his house as a servant for a testimony of those things which were to be spoken after. But Hamashiach as a son over his own house, whose house are we, if we hold fast the confidence
That's beautiful.
and the rejoicing of the hope firm unto the end.
Whose house are we? Can you read that last part again, right there?
Yeah, that was the point. This is Hebrews 3:6. It says, but Hamashiach as a son over his own house, whose house are we?
Whose house are we, man? All right, we are that spiritual temple, man. We're that third temple. All right, that's going to bring in the kingdom of heaven, man. We're the body. All right, there's not going to be a physical building built in Jerusalem over in Israel or in Tel Aviv. All right, that's going to usher in the kingdom of heaven. We are that spiritual building. That's why that's why we have strong confidence, man. Because the Lord through us is satisfying a lot of prophecies, man. It said that in the last days we will stand upon our feet, man. We will begin to start to call ourselves by the names that were blessed upon us. All right, from the beginning, we will remember who we were. We were the dry bones. We had no flourishment or no nourishment in our bones, man, because we were flawed, man. Breaking the scriptures willingly. Now we're coming back, and the Lord has breathed air into us, man, which is His law, statutes, and commandments. It's like read that one.
It says, but Hamashiach as a son over his own house, whose house are we, if we hold fast the confidence and the rejoicing of the hope firm into the end.
If we hold confident, hold fast to what His ways, man. All right, and we know that if the story's already been written, it's already been written. It just hasn't come to pass. So we know that those people, whoever they may be, wherever they may be, they're going to hold fast to the words that are being spoken to right now, or spoken of right now.
It just ain't come to pass in this dimension.
It just ain't came to pass. Exactly. It has not come to pass in this dimension. But by it being spoken, it has already come to pass. Right. Just needs to be lived out on earth. That's right.
Get hey Kabar, you get 2 Corinthians 5:1 for Shamar real quick, just to back him up real quick. Salakia Tamaya.
This is 2 Corinthians 5 and verse 1. It says, for we know that if our earthly house of this tabernacle were dissolved, we have a building of the Most High, and house not